Hi, friends. I'm so excited to be back. Well, I mean, I'm not excited to be back from vacation because I got to spend time with my family, but I'm very excited that I get to spend time with all of you now. Super excited. Hello, Leanne, Christy, Kim, Linda, Charlene, Amy, and amazing. Just so amazing that they don't even need another name. It's just amazing. Yay, can you guys hear me okay? Can everybody see me okay? That's the big important thing. Hello, Rebecca and Jeanette and Becky, Christy. Did I get a bottle of smells from home? No, I did not. Hello, Connie. But you know what I did get? Like that sweet, salty air. Ah. I love it so much. I went down to St. Augustine with some of my family members while we were there, and as soon as I got out of the car in St. Augustine, just the smell of that salty ocean air just hit me. I was like, I just had to take a moment and just stand there and breathe. Let's see, who else has come in? Linda, Trish, Cindy, Louisa. Kim says the audio and video is good. Thank you. So does Charlene. Hello, Kim Nelson. And there's Emma from Pip and Poppycock. I got my fried green tomatoes. Was super excited about that because, you know, fried green tomatoes are life and I cannot get them where I am. So that is not fun. But my family made sure to take care of me. I actually got fried green tomatoes twice while I was there. So that was pretty awesome. I did not get to, I'm working on it, Kim. I'm working on it. Jeez. Let me flip the screen. Because a lot of people, for some reason, just like to watch me craft. So let me flip that. Turn this back around. Kim's all impatient. She wants to see them granny squares. So, let's see. What else did I do while I was on vacation? Oh, hello, Maxine. There was, I think I had told, I forget who it was that I had told, but I said that I was going to try to get to Joann's or Michael's or something while I was there because Jacksonville has huge Joann's and Michael's. For you guys that are in, you know, New Zealand, Australia, or the Europeans that don't have those stores. But time just was not my friend while I was there at all. Kim said that guessing fried green tomatoes don't keep very well. Hello, Daigo. No, fried green tomatoes do not keep very well because if they get cold, then they're not as crispy as they were when you first made them, which is not all that great. And they do not reheat well at all because they're fried and it's just bleh. It's best to get them right out of the pan. In fact, every time I make them, I always end up burning my mouth because I can't wait long enough for them to cool down for me to eat them. Those fried green tomatoes look delicious. What are they fried in? The way my family does it is there is a Zatarain's fish fry seasoning that you can buy that's kind of like it takes the place of flour that most people would dip things in coat them in before they put them in to fry. So we cut up the tomatoes and then we dredge them in eggs and then drop them into the Zatarain's. Dredge them again, drop them into the Zatarain's, and then you just drop them into a frying pan with some oil in it until they're brown on both sides. And they are yummy. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Fried green tomatoes are life. Where's my tail? There's my tail. Come on. Here we go. What have you guys been doing for 2 weeks? I know that some of you were in the Facebook group, so I've been able to keep in contact with some of you guys, but other folks I haven't been able to. Cornmeal. Yep, some people do them in cornmeal. My Aunt Jean Ann, she likes hers super crispy. So what she does is she dips them into the egg wash, then puts them into the Zatarans. Then she puts them into the egg wash one more time and then dips them in panko crumbs before she puts them into the frying pan. But I don't like them quite as crispy as she does. Wait, I did not do my chain 2. Hello, Gloria. Welcome, welcome. The Zatarans give it a very nice flavor, a really nice flavor. My family likes it anyways. That's how we've always done it. Okay, close. I'm trying to remember where I am before I go cutting yarn. Kim said, I have been working on a baby blanket. I have finished the main part, but now I have 11 billion ends to weave in before I decide if I want a border. I don't have my project. I am working on a tester blanket right now, and every single row has an end. It's out in the living room right now because I've been working on it. Every single row has an end, and there are 11 billion of them. It's crazy. So after I get finished with my next portion of it, I'm just going to force myself to stop and weave in the ends because it's insanity. Maxine says, are green tomatoes unripened tomatoes, or it is a strain of tomato? It's just unripened tomatoes. That's all that it is. Tomatoes that haven't turned red yet. Amy is working on my Cal and my Oceans Wave blanket. Woo! Oceans. I love oceans. I'm always a fan of oceans. Gloria said, I've never had fried green tomatoes, but it sounds like one thing I do eat, fried zucchini. Yep. It's a lot like that, only with green tomatoes. What am I doing? Jeez. You'd think I'd never done a granny square before, y'all. Lord have mercy. Whew. But I did. I had a very, very good vacation. I did not buy one single skein of yarn because I didn't walk into a yarn store at all. I thought I was going to when we went to St. Augustine, but there was nothing there that the one yarn shop that kept popping up, it didn't have very good reviews, and I didn't have a lot of time to be there, so I didn't even want to bother with it. But why is this going that way? What am I doing? This way. Jeez. I gotta get with the program, y'all. Jeanette is working on her first corner to corner. Yay, you're gonna get addicted. Stephanie, hello, my name is Stephanie too. Just recently discovered your channel and I love it. I'm glad I was able to catch you live. Well, I love that you're here. We're kind of crazy here. Why is this not working out? As you can see, we're kind of crazy here, and we get into all kinds of topics. What's the bag in the back? The bag in the back, my cousin made for me. Now, I'm going to tell you, just like trigger warning, because I'm going to show you the back of the bag too, and some of you are going to find it overly hilarious, but others may be like, oh my God. So I just want to tell you that some of y'all may not approve of what you're getting ready to see. Let me bring up my other screen so I can make sure that all of this is in the shot. So this is just a canvas bag that my cousin made for me with the logo on it. And now on the back side, because my cousin has jokes, you guys. Isn't that hilarious? But I love it. It's both, it's glittery. You can't really see it in this light for some reason. It's not showing, but it's glittery on it. And I'm very thankful that she made it for me because it's beautimous. I love it so much. Let me see. I couldn't see all of the comments while I was doing that. Hello, Christy's Corner. Hello, Susan. Kim said I was going to make granny squares, but after doing 40 blocks with 3 different colors, I decided I didn't want to deal with 6 cents per block times 140. I do not blame you. I wouldn't either. Amazing is working on a few vests. That's cool. Cindy's working on octopi. Those are really coming back in. They were really popular there for a while and then they kind of died out, but now everybody's starting to make them again. Kim said, so I joined the blocks into strips and then did granny stripes and sections in between. That's very smart. And everybody's laughing. I'm so glad that everybody has a sense of humor. Yes, Kim, I have to be very careful of which side I'm showing depending on the company that I am in. Yes. Daigo is working on a gown for a doll, kind of like Cinderella. Already have the doll made. It's for a sweet 15 quinceañera. She's going to love that. Hello, Ida. My cousin is very hilarious. If you're in the Facebook group, then you saw we were sitting down and we were crocheting. And she was like, we need to take a picture of us crocheting together and post it in the group. So I thought she was going to do a picture, but then she pulled up Snapchat. I'm not very savvy with Snapchat, but she pulled up Snapchat and she made that video where she was like, look at what I have, and you don't. She's so funny. I love her to pieces. The bag is awesome. I am loving the bag. Why is my carrying over not working for me today? It is not working for me at all. I'm not happy with this. Okay, get with the program stuff. I have done this 1,000 times, and for some reason today it is hating me. All right. I'm going to try this again for the 3rd time because apparently life just doesn't want me. All right, flip over to the back, hold it, finish the double crochet, flip over to the front, walk myself through this. Nope, it still didn't pick up where it was supposed to. Oh well, I'm not going to bother with it anymore. I'll just leave it and I'll weave it in. Let's see, getting ready for gifts, making shrugs for all the girls with matching boho bags. Ooh, that'll be a nice gift. Kim says, because I have an audience. That's exactly right, because if I were just sitting here by myself, just tootling along, I wouldn't have any issues at all. But because I'm sitting here in front of you guys, all of a sudden it doesn't want to work. Oh. Stash busting to get ready for Walmart run on Friday. Susan, is there something that I don't know about Walmart on Friday? What's going on at Walmart on Friday? Cindy said, how did you do on your eating plan while you were gone? Cindy, I gained 8 pounds. That's how I did on my eating plan. No joke. 8 pounds. I did do very good though. I only had 2 sodas while I was gone. I still stuck to just my 1 cup of coffee in the morning. And I drank water the rest of the time that I was there. But I did eat all kinds of things that I was not supposed to, and I felt miserable after I got finished eating them. So I regretted it, but the next day I continued to do it. Having a big clearance on yarn. Oh, I did not know about that. I may have to look at that. There are very few yarns that I actually like at Walmart, but things like Red Heart Super Saver are always good for the grandbabies. Hello, Nancy. Welcome. Kim said fried green tomatoes aren't good for diets because deep fried. I am doing the keto diet, so actually oils and fats are not bad for me. But it was the breading, because the breading has flour in it. So that's not good. Kim says, granny squares for me at the moment, making a dress for my granddaughter in heirloom cotton. Have you used that yarn, 8-ply? I have not used heirloom cotton. I'm not a big fan of cotton because I have sensory issues on my hands, but I'm supposed to be having some cotton coming to me that folks are swearing is the softest cotton in the world. Thus far, of all the cotton that I have worked with, the only cotton that did not tear up my hands was the Style Craft 4-ply that I used for the Gypsy shawl by Emma. That did not tear up my hands, but all other yarns that are rough like that, they don't do well with my hands, and I end up suffering because of it. Rebecca learned about fly fishing in ancient Chinese. You know, my papi, my grandfather, taught me how to fly fish, and he taught me how to fly fish in the backyard with hula hoops. We would have to stand out there and cast into the hula hoops. There was 1, 2, and 3, and he would tell us where he wanted us to cast into, and we would have to get our fly into that specific hula hoop. That's how I learned how to fly fish. Oh, Leanne is quiet today. Is there a reason that you're quiet? Are you okay? I hope you're okay, because we don't want you to not be okay. Oh, let's see. Heirloom cotton is so soft. Maybe I shall try it. Jeanette, I agree with you. It's not that it feels funny to me. I mean, because I've definitely felt a lot worse in my hands. It's just that with my sensory issues, even when I sit here just working for the 2 hours that I'm here with you guys every week and I'm working on this blanket and Red Heart Super Saver, my hands hurt for 2 days afterwards. It's me. Debbie says, hello from Brisbane, Australia. Hello, hello. I love this cotton. It's really soft. Hello, Sally. Good morning. Kim just got bitten on the neck by an ant. Kim, that does not sound fun. Was it a fire ant or just a regular ant? Because in the South, I grew up with fire ants, and those are definitely not fun. Those suckers hurt for hours afterwards. Let's see. Kim Nelson says, Ashley, the dress in my photo is made in heirloom cotton 8-ply. I've never tried it. I may have to give it a go. Well, we got all kinds of Brisbane people in the chat tonight. Yay. Did any of you go to Bendigo? Stephanie said, not a big fan of Red Heart either. I love Karen Simply Soft. It's my go-to for blankets. You know, I have to order Karen Simply Soft where I am, because all we have for retail in the town that I live in is Walmart. That's it. Just Walmart. So I can drive for 2 hours and I can get to a Michael's, but it is a teeny, teeny, teeny Michael's that has literally half an aisle of yarn. And I do have a Hobby Lobby that is, you know, like a half hour away from me, but they don't carry Karen. So I have to order it online. Kim says, just a regular black ant. I squished it and now my fingers smell like that squished ant smell. Ooh, bless your heart. A green ant? And are you under a mango tree? What green ants? Everything in Australia will kill you guys. I mean, honestly, there's so many deadly things in Australia. If there were 10 deadly animals on the entire planet, 9 of them would be in Australia. I mean, just waking up every day is a win for you guys over there. Mercy. No Bendigo for me, just live vicariously through Fiberific. I did too. I did too. I saw her little live chat where she was showing stuff. One of these days. Emma says that she can't wait to visit Hobby Lobby on vacation. Are you going to go? You don't have a Hobby Lobby where you are. You live in a bigger city. I would have thought that you would have had a Hobby Lobby. Now we're talking about all of the deadly animals in Australia in the chat. Sorry, guys. But there are. There really are. I can't handle it. Ooh, speaking of deadly animals, so Catherine was doing the dishes 2 days ago, and all of a sudden she starts hollering, which frightens me because she's never gotten scared about anything. Like, the woman just doesn't get scared. She's not a dramatic person at all. So when she yelped, I went running. Why? I do not know, because I am a sissy lala. But I went running because that's what you do. So she had been washing dishes and she had seen something out the corner of her eye. She thought she had saw something fall down. But when she looked, she didn't see anything. So she reached down into the sink to grab a hold of a knife so she could wash it. And there comes a scorpion. There was a scorpion, and he was about, whenever he stretched out, I mean, I don't have my, I mean, it was a good-sized scorpion. Medium-sized scorpion, I would say, because there's definitely bigger ones out there. But yeah, there was a scorpion in my house. So not only do I have to deal with tarantula mating season here, now I have to deal with scorpions in my house. I've not slept well the past 2 nights. Kind of freaks me out, you guys. Oh. Emma says, nope, only Michael's and Joanne's. Well, that's a bummer. Well, it'll be a treat for you whenever you get to go visit it. Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn is much softer than Red Heart. Yes, I concur with that. Kim said we have Spotlight and Lincraft as the big box stores. Spotlight has Karen, but stores have their own brands that do cakes as well. I don't even want to know what it feels like to get stung by a scorpion, y'all. I just don't. Your son wants to get a pet tarantula? Jesus. Jesus! That's all I can say. It's just Jesus. Seriously, I always thought that tarantula mating season was a joke until I moved here. You guys, they march up and down the streets like they own them, okay? And for somebody who has severe arachnophobia, this girl, it is absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. We also have camel spiders here, and I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it at all, because those things are disgusting. They're like this gross meld between a massive spider and a flippin' scorpion, and I can't do it. Hello, Ginger. Thank you for the welcome back. Oh, wow, I wonder if the scorpions glow under UV light. If don't, they all do. Some do in Australia. Really? It's weird. Cindy doesn't do bugs of any kind. I do not blame you. Bugs are not fun. Move to Michigan, say goodbye to scorpions and the super spiders. You know what? That would be wonderful, but you have snow. And my entire disposition changes as soon as the temperature drops below 70 degrees. So thank you for the offer, but can't. Oh. Becky said her oldest son has a tarantula, was not happy when he brought that into my house. I would not be either. Tristan tried to do that, and I had a fit because I am not okay. Not okay with it at all. Kim said, I saw a comic that said, what if all the coins you find in the couch cushions are spiders paying rent? Look, they can go. I can afford my bills. They are more than welcome to just go. But I have a bat in my house. Oh, that's weird. I've had that happen before. I've had a bat fly into my house. It scared me. Christy said, I'm very fortunate. I have a Walmart, Joann's, Michael's, and Hobby Lobby all on the same road and no more than 2 miles from each other. Wow. Look at you. That is being very lucky. Can y'all hear my 12-year-old? He's in there playing his game with his friends. And he is just going to town on voice. And I might have to go fuss at him. Because he gets a wee bit excited every now and then. Alright, now see, I was paying attention this time, and the first time I carried the yarn over just fine, but this time it's not wanting to do it again. Jeez. Cindy, did you hear him say dude, or did you hear me say dude? Now I'm crocheting with the wrong stinking end. Jeez. Lord have mercy. Well, that's good that you guys can't hear him. He will live. For another night, at least. Did y'all see the meme that I posted in the It's Crochet O'Clock Facebook group? All I wanted to do was crochet, but he had to have dinner. Why do they always have to have dinner? Oh. Aw, thank you, Christy. Don't forget to give this video a like. Kim said, I have a taxidermy scorpion and tarantula in a glass dome. My sister and mom were staying overnight. I'm in doing the bedding and my sister screams. Can you get that spider out of here? Yeah, I wouldn't have been in there either. I don't care if it's dead or not. I don't know what made me so afraid of spiders. Like, I literally just freeze. I can't talk. I can't move. I can't say anything. I'm just absolutely paralyzed when, and forget it if one touches me. I will just lose control of all of my faculties right then and right there. And I don't know what happened. The only thing that I can think of is my mother was watching this movie when I was young. I want to say that I was maybe 7, 8, maybe even 9. And she told me that I wasn't allowed to watch it. And she was watching it after bedtime. But me being me, snuck out into the hallway. And if I was super quiet, she wouldn't hear me. And I could sneak to the end of the hallway and I could see the TV and I could hear it from where I was. And there was all of these spiders and they had taken over this town, and like all of the houses and everything had been, all the cars, everything had been webbed over, and there were these people that were trying to survive and live. And ever since then, like I don't ever remember being afraid of spiders before that. But after that is when everything just went haywire. But in my defense, I don't think that it was just a movie, because I was 10 and I woke up in bed one night and I had 3 massive spiders in bed with me, and one had bitten me. And my mom didn't believe me when I was screaming. She was like, "You're just having a nightmare." But she pulled back my blankets and there was 3 spiders in the bed with me. So I don't know what triggered it, but I'm deathly afraid of spiders. I can't handle them. I can't even see them on the television. I've launched my iPad because one of my friends thought that it was funny to tag me in a spider picture on Facebook, and she had never done it before. and she knows how terrified I am of them, so I didn't think anything of it and just opened it up, and there was this massive spider right there, and involuntarily it just launched across my living room. I'm so glad that it didn't break. Oh, can't do it. Got mystery boxes, the yarn I never used before, so should be fun trying to find patterns to use it for. That's always fun. I know a lot of people that buy yarn but don't have a specific purpose for that yarn, so it just sits there waiting for the perfect pattern, and that perfect pattern never comes along, and even if it did, they've forgotten that they bought that yarn, so it gets overlooked. I just said one day my daughter hollered for me. I came in and she said she saw a spider on her wall. I asked her why she called me. She should have called for her dad or brother. I agree. Kim says, me and Chantel are kindred spirits in that respect. Yes, yes we are. I understand her fear. Hubby agreed to snake sit for a friend. It was the longest week of my life. I would get out of bed in the mornings I wouldn't get out of bed in the mornings unless he confirmed the snake was in the aquarium. Oh, bless your heart. Poor things. Kim said I'm describing her shopping habits. Oh. But you get to buy pretty yarn. You get to like go over and buy Chantel's yarn whenever she makes it. Did you get some of that Fifi's hair, by the way? God, that was gorgeous yarn. Lion Brand had mystery box. Oh, they did. They had mystery boxes on sale, 9 balls for $9, but you have no clue what is inside. I remember seeing something about that on Facebook. Charlene said, when I lived in Western Australia, my baby would say, "Mom, bug," and I would always yell, "Don't touch it," running to him. It ain't no joke. If I was in Australia, I would have done the same thing because everything there just wants to kill you. Leanne said, I feel the same about snakes, even though my hubby has a giant pet one. I will never be desensitized by same thing. I get it. Maxine said, you probably spoke about it before I logged in, but I love the color of the yarn you are using. What is it? This is a Red Heart Super Saver because it's for a 2-year-old and it's going to get beat to hell, and I don't want to use my good yarn to make a blanket for a 2-year-old. And the colorway, I believe this is Wildflowers. This is, yes, it's called Wildflower. It's very, very pretty. I originally bought it to make a mermaid tail, but I wanted the tail to have some depth to it. Like I wanted to, like, I couldn't get the shells all in one color, and you guys know how I am about variegated yarn. So it just wasn't working for me, and I hated it, so I frogged it all. So she's getting a granny square blanket because that's how it's going to be. Emma's taking a chocolate break. Gosh, I want chocolate so bad. That's the other thing about going off keto. I was off keto for that week, and since I've been back, I've just been struggling and struggling to get back into the groove, because before I left, I wasn't really craving anything except for lemon desserts, which is odd because lemon is not my favorite thing. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite thing in the world. But all through the 2 months that I was doing keto, all I wanted was like lemon meringue, lemon everything. But now I just want a big old cake that I can just shove my face into. Like a 3-tier frosted cake that I could just 2-year-old myself with, 1-year-old myself with, just all over my face. That's what I'm dealing with currently. But I'm trying to drink water to make it go away. It hasn't yet. So if I drown, you guys know what happened. Kim said, are you doing really big squares? I'm sure last time I tuned in, you were doing a much bigger square. Yes, I did. This big square will be the center. This is one big old square. It's going to be the center, and then I have these smaller squares that I am making that I will work all the way around, and then I'll do just a couple more rounds and maybe a border to finish it off. But that's what the blanket's going to be. And I'm not a fan of variegated yarn, but working it like this, I do like how it's coming out. But I don't think that I would have liked it if I hadn't have broken it up with the solid white color or cream color. I don't think that I would have liked it as much. It's my little project that I can work on screen with you guys because I don't want to, I can't handle multiple projects going at once. So my other project that I work on off screen is I'm testing a blanket. So I got to get that finished before I move on to anything else. And I really want to do other things, but then I run into the issues of people being able to watch what I'm doing as I'm stitching because I show you guys, and that would be a copyright violation for patterns because I don't have permission to do that. So I have to work on very simple stuff while I'm with you guys. Oh, what am I doing? Jeez. Magic square, Stephanie. I'm out of the loop, y'all. This 2 weeks just messed me up. Kimberly said, me too, I'm on keto and I want to limit everything. You know, what is that? It's crazy. I mean, lemon is not my thing at all, but I've just been dying for it. It's crazy. Whew. Can y'all see can y'all see this close enough? I hope you can. Vacation in St. Louis. It's pizza for me. I do love fried green tomatoes too. Oof. Man. Kim said, I think variegated suits knitting much better most of the time. Stitches seem to disappear in the color chaos, but yes, breaking it up with a solid makes it work. I am in full agreement with you. I'm not a fan of working with variegated yarns at all. Ida said it might be something I am missing in my diet. It might be, but I don't know what it would be. Leanne said, did you find any more info on the hobby yarn? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I am a nerd and I collect data just to have data for no other reason than, you know, just for myself because that's what I do, and thankfully there's a whole bunch of people in the It's Crochet O'Clock Facebook group that just like me. So we have a database going of yarns and where they are manufactured. And there is this new company called Hobbii, Hobbii, that has just launched. You can go to their website, hobbii.com, and their brand, they're selling, you know, a lot of different kinds of yarns, but their brand, their house brand of yarn, I have not tried it yet, but lots of people are saying that they are. So I'm going crazy trying to get people to take pictures of the sleeves so I can see where it's manufactured. I've only seen a few, and the ones that I have seen said they were cotton, and they're organic cotton, and they said that they were manufactured in India, which is cool. Then there was this other one that was like a cake that somebody said was manufactured in Denmark, which is where the company, Hobbii, is based. And I got super excited because out of all the yarn that I have in my database, not a single one is made in Denmark. But then she did take a picture of the sleeve, and it said made for, not made in. So it's not made in Denmark. I'm working on it, Leanne. I'm working on it. I had to stop because I had to make dinner. But I did start researching, and I believe that at least one may be made in Pakistan. Maybe. but I have to continue researching to be 100% positive on that. Sally said, have you got a tutorial on how you did the magic ring thing that looked much easier than what I do? You know what, Sally? I actually just got finished filming a tutorial for it yesterday, so it will be up next week because you are not the only one who has asked me that. I have done for the Arizona, when we first started with the Arizona, I show you in the first video for Arizona and also for the Queen Gypsy shawl, but lots of folks have been asking me to do a standalone video for it, so I did that. I work a double magic ring instead of just a regular magic ring. Kimberly said, I hope you had a fun vacation. I did. I had a very good time seeing my family. Hello, Tina. She said, I made your fried green tomatoes recipe and it was awesome. Yay! I'm so glad that you liked it. Kim said, you're obviously missing lemons. But I didn't have lemons before because lemon is not my thing. So how could I be missing it? Lemons is not my thing. Leanne said, we love all of that info and trust your opinion. It's awesome. You know what you know about what we use. I try. I just try to be very, very informed about what I am buying and who I am buying it from. And that comes from when Bush Sr. was in office. That was when I learned that, you know, I may not be able to change the entire world, but I could change my own with my spending practices. And I do not believe in spending my money with companies that aren't aligned with my values. So from a very young age, I started researching companies that I buy things from. I won't buy new yarn unless I know about the company. Why am I putting I don't need a chain there. So I research about them and I keep a database because I'll forget. Amazing said, looking forward to the double magic ring. You know, people mess up with the double magic ring because they're used to working just a regular magic ring where you can just pull on the tail and it'll close right there. The double magic ring isn't like that. So where they normally mess up and why they end up disliking it is because they try to pull on the tail and it doesn't close. And that's because you have to close it a different way. Kim said, other sites suggest it could be an iron deficiency. You think? Ooh, I wonder if I need a supplement. Ida said, I've done a few of the closed captions for your videos. We'll do the most recent one tomorrow. Oh, thank you. You know, I'm having a problem with that because when I went to go read about it, it said that whenever somebody contributed to the closed captioning, that it would put their info in the description box of the video. And I approved, I'm guessing the two that you did, and then Allison did one, and I've approved all of them, but it's not giving you guys credit. So I have to find time to sit down and find out what is going on with that, because I do want you guys to get credit for helping me out with that. Kim said, I've done the double magic ring since I started crocheting. It's much more sturdy than the regular ring. You ain't lying. The reason that I started doing the double magic ring is because not that my magic ring would come undone because I would weave in the end, but because over time, whenever you pull on it, it would break. Like the actual circle in the ring, the yarn would break on it. And it made me cranky. So then I found the double magic ring and I started doing that. And I've been doing it ever since, and I've never had one break on me since then. Cindy said, I ordered some variegated yarn from Hobby, but I don't remember if it was their brand or not. I'll send you a picture when I get it. Thank you so much, Cindy. That would be greatly appreciated. Trish said, I love the double magic ring. I learned a lot from you on the Arizona. Good. I am glad that I was able to help. Ida said you have to click a specific box to get credit. I just noticed it on the last one right before I click submit. Okay, so maybe that's something that I have to tell everybody. Did you just do it today? Because I got a notification when you did your first one, but I didn't get notifications for the other two that have been done, so I have to manually go in and look. I'll go in and look. Daigo said, yes, I made it in time before my cell shut down. Why would your cell be shutting down? Are you running out of battery life? Poor Daigo. Amazing said, thanks to all the helpers of the closed captioning. Yes, because that is huge. We do have a population of hearing impaired members at It's Crochet O'Clock, and my cousin is hearing impaired. So that is it's pretty important for me. It's just time consuming, and I don't have time to do all of the research that I do and all of that other good stuff and do it as well. Ginger said, you must live in California. I have both too, and Radlers too. No, I do not live in California. I am currently in New Mexico. No California for me. Poor you. Are you close to those wildfires? Those wildfires are really, really bad this year in California. Where is my tail? Come on. Marianne says, citrus helps your system digest the iron from veggies. I had a serious low iron problem, and drinking lemon water or citrus seltzer brought my levels to a normal range. Huh. Well, maybe I just need to put some lemon into my water. Maybe that will help it. Emma said, while you're on the subject of Arizona, just a quick mention, the website is down for written patterns. Oh, that's true. Pip and Poppycock is redoing the website, so it's down for the next couple of days. So in case you don't have the files for patterns that you may want to work on, just give her just a minute. She's working on it. Not right now, obviously, because she's hanging out with us, but she's working on it. She deserves some downtime with us. Leanne said, is it time to talk secret something something? No, it is not time to talk secret something or something. But there is one secret that will be worked out after Emma comes back from vacation. And Emma goes on vacation in 2 weeks, or is it a week now, Emma? She will have to answer. But we have to work out details after she gets back. And then there will be one of the secrets will be out. Oh, Ida, I just got the email that you had done CC, just as I said that I hadn't gotten one for the other ones. Okay, so Emma's going to be on vacation in 2 weeks, and then after her vacation, we will be hashing out details, and then one of the surprises will be announced. Marianne said, so lemon water is very good for women because many women suffer from low iron. I'm going to look into that. I'm going to try it. Kimberly said, I'm glad you like to investigate. I also try to spend my money with companies who share my values. It's been raining and raining here in southeastern region of North Carolina. You know, it rained every single day that I was in the South visiting my family. Every single day, and I didn't mind it because I live in the desert and we hardly ever get it. Daigo said, finish the dress now, adding glittery tulle overlay to the skirt. Ooh, that's gonna be fancy. Good night, Jeanette. Thank you for dropping in. Tina loves fresh lemon water. I don't. I'm not a big lemon person. My cousin says that I'm not family, because of it, but I'm not a big lemon person at all. It's not my thing. But apparently my body is wanting it. Because I just saw a recipe. Lord have mercy. I wish that my friends would stop posting things on Facebook from Tasty and all of that, because I just saw a recipe that mixes, well, it's layered. It's a cheesecake, and then it has lemon curd on top of that, and then meringue on top of that. And I thought that I was just going to crawl out of my skin. I wanted it so bad. The struggle is real, getting back on the wagon, y'all. So real. Maria says, hi, new subscriber. What are you working on? I'm working on a blanket for one of my grandbabies. It's just a granny blanket. That's all. But welcome to the family, Maria. We're kind of crazy. Hope you can deal with crazy. Sally said, I never knew that about lemon and iron deficiency. I am prone to get low iron and sometimes have to have an infusion. Maybe I'll try more lemon water. Oof. We're all going to come back next week talking about the water that we're drinking. We're starting a new thing here and it's Crochet O'Clock. Everybody's going to be drinking lemon water. Have mercy. It's kind of crazy though. I have a friend that that always says that no matter what she's dieting, what's going on in her life, if her body, like if she's really super craving something and it doesn't go away after a day or two, she said, I just eat it. Because obviously my body needs it and my body's trying to tell me something. So maybe you guys are right. Maybe she's onto something too. Leanne says, careful with how much lemon juice you drink, particularly if you have or may have kidney stones or problem with your kidneys. Oh! Kim said everyone will have to get their lemon water ready instead of wine or coffee. Oh, man. Amazing says, I like apple cider vinegar in my water. Maria said, if you need to drink a lot of water and it's feeling heavy, lemon can help lighten it. And thank you for the welcome and autocorrect rots. That was supposed to be work in progress. I like the colors of the squares. I like the colors of the squares too. I'm very happy with how it's coming out. Kim Nelson said, I asked my mom. Why can I not see? Hold on, let me scoot. Chat's getting cut off for me. Why is it? I asked my mom for no birthday cake one year and she made me a huge decorated cake. I was confused, but it was a massive cardboard cake just decorated. Oh, man. Kim said my body must need sushi a lot. God, I love sushi. I did not have sushi while I was back at home, but I wanted it. But I did get good Chinese food. I did get good homemade food, thanks to my family taking care of me. Kimberly's all worried about her iron too. Now all of us are going to be like, excuse me, doctor, while you're running them tests, can you check out my iron levels? All of us going to be going crazy. Leanne has fancy water. It's lightly sparkling. Not just sparkling water. Hers is lightly sparkling. Ooh. Sally said I've been prone to kidney infections too, so maybe not too much lemon water. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I just know that I want lemon everything. Lemon bars, lemon meringue, just lemon everything. All the lemon, all the time. And it's crazy and it's confusing for me, but every time I see something lemon, I just can't stop. I want it all. Oh, Maria said that she's not allowed tea. Lord, why can't you have tea? Have mercy. That was a big adjustment for me to go from sweet tea to unsweetened tea. Because listen, y'all, the life that I lead, if I didn't need to have an insulin shot after drinking a glass of sweet tea, it wasn't sweet enough. So going from that to unsweetened tea, it hurt me. It hurt me so bad. It hurt me right in the feelers. Emma, it's impossible for me to be pregnant. Absolutely impossible. If I'm pregnant, then we are all going to be rich because it's miraculous. Kimberly said I had to stay off Facebook for a bit for all the sweet recipes. Lord, I wish there was a button that you could just push to block all of those things. Because I don't want to see them. Kidney stones. Oh. I didn't know that. I didn't have kidney stones. I had gallbladder stones. I had to have my gallbladder removed because I had gallbladder stones. And I suffered for years with gallbladder attacks before I finally went and had my gallbladder removed. And I wish that I would have just had it done and not made myself suffer all those years. That was very, very silly of me. Because I was all better after that. Leanne said, does it have anything to do with the keto, the craving for lemon? I don't know. I have no idea. I know that before I went keto, I never craved anything lemon. But once I went on keto, I just wanted lemon everything. Tea is a big contributor to kidney stones. I did not know that. Emma says that kidney stones are worse than giving birth. I would not know. I have not had any of them. I know that my gallbladder attacks were pretty bad. Kim said, I think surgery should always be a last resort, though. You should try other options first. You know, I did. I monitored my food and what I was eating, and I learned that things like, oddly enough, you know, like cucumber, I couldn't eat cucumber because if I ate cucumber, I would end up at 3 o'clock in the morning because for some reason the attacks can never happen during the day. You know, like normal folks. No, they can't do that. They always have to rob you of your sleep. So 3 o'clock in the morning, I would end up having an attack. So I started monitoring my foods and I stopped eating those kind of foods. But then it got to the point where I had an attack every single night for 3 nights in a row. And I didn't sleep for 3 days because I couldn't, because I was so uncomfortable. So finally I went to the doctor because I couldn't sleep. I couldn't function at my job. And I told the doctor what was going on, and they sent me over and they did a CT scan, and there was actually a stone lodged at the entryway to my gallbladder, and that's why the attack just wouldn't stop. So I had to have surgery because it was a big stone and it wasn't given up. Dee says hi from North Carolina. Hello, Dee. Maxine says, sorry, lovely, I gotta run. Bye, Maxine. I'm glad you could stay while you could. Thank you. Maria, I have tried that, but it won't. Maybe I should just go to like the Tasty page and block the entire Tasty page. Oh, Amy said try having them while you're pregnant. Ooh, bless your heart. Kimberly said, I am off all my meds for diabetes since I started keto in March. I have had some cheat times, though, but get right back on it. I do use Trivia for sweetener. You know, I've seen a lot of people that have had similar results to it. And that's actually why I wanted to change how I was eating, because my family has big problems with cholesterol and diabetes and heart disease. And I didn't want to Like, I know that my cholesterol is high. Absolutely know it. And there are times, like, when I get stressed or when I get upset that I really feel like I'm going to stroke out. So there are times when I get lightheaded, and I actually think that I might be either pre-diabetic or diabetic, because whenever I eat, I get freezing after I eat. Like, I have to bundle myself up in a blanket because I'm shivering after I eat, and it's been that way for years. But oddly enough, after I started keto, I am so hot. I have to have a fan on me constantly. I'm burning up in here with these lights on and not having a fan blowing on me, because I am just hot all the time since I started keto. So I know that my body is changing. Kim said, yay, I finished all the ends from one strip of squares, only 4 more strips. Bless your heart. Ends are the worst, aren't they? Ends are just absolutely awful. Ooh, Ida said her sister-in-law passed a huge 6mm kidney stone when she was pregnant. Said it was worse than childbirth. I can't imagine, y'all. I just can't. I don't ever want to have them. Look at a cute little granny square. They're so cute. Aren't they cute? I think they're adorable. There was somebody in the Facebook group, in the It's Crochet O'Clock Facebook group, that actually said that they liked, was it Leanne? Leanne, was that you that said that you liked weaving in ends? I think it was. It was like, well, you can come and weave in my ends whenever you want to. Whenever you want to. Because Lord knows I got some ends to weave in. Let's see. 36 rows times 3. That's how many ends I have to weave in. I'm going to be there for days weaving in ends. Oh, what am I doing? All right. Let me see if I can get this closer. For those of you who were wanting to watch, since I'm getting ready to start a magic ring. Where did mine? Let me see. Scoop, scoop, scoop. Okay, that is as close as I can get it in. All right, double magic ring. I know that the video is coming, but I'm still going to do this for you. So you wrap it around your fingers 3 times, and then put your tail between your thumb and your first finger. And you have the 3 loops. Slip your crochet hook under the first 2, and then grab that 3rd one and pull it under. And it will twist, and you can see that you can move it quite freely. So I spin it around to the back, and there is the working yarn. Slip your hook under the working yarn, and then pull it through. And at that point you can let go of the tail, but you still have to hold on to it because it's unsturdy. And then the chain 2. And there we go. I hope you guys could see that. It's white yarn, so I know that it's not going to show up all that great. I apologize. Ooh, why is it not? There we go. Dum, dum, dum. Life-changing. There are many different ways to do it. That's just the way that I do it, that works for me. And once I get these in here, I'll show you guys how I close it, because they get closed just a little bit different. 2. And 2. What is it? Okay, that's 3. I need 1 more group. Good night, Nancy. I'm glad that you were able to hang out with us for a little while. Okay. So here we go with the, oh, where did my other, there we go. Zoom in. Okie dokie. So make sure that you pull a good amount of yarn out because you don't want to lose your work. So you see here we have these 2 because we're doing the double, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it move, but whenever you pull on the tail, you can just pull on it gently and you'll see one of them start to move. And you see it's this one that is closest to me right there. This one that's closest to my thumb. If I pull on that, you see it's pulling over here on this way. So you need to pull over here on this side. Pull it and it will close the one in the back. See how it's closing? You have to close that one first, like that. And then you can just pull on your tail and it pulls easily. But if that's the mistake that everybody makes whenever they're working the double magic ring, they just go jerk on the tail like they normally do with just a regular magic ring. And because there's 2 there, it's not going to close. And everybody always complains, it never wants to close or I break my yarn. That's why, because they're not closing it properly. But that's how you fix that. Dum-dum. Bye, Dee. Sally's going to be right back. Cindy said she pulls each loop separately because that's how you do it. That way you don't have to... Oh no! Emma, what are you doing? Emma's only got 10% battery left, and we still have 50 more minutes left. You better get a plug. I just said on your granny squares, I wouldn't have cut my yarn after every row. I would have carried it up. Then you'd only have 2 ends for each color. Well, clearly I'm not as smart as most people all of the time, because you're right. I definitely could have. But I wasn't thinking. So I'm going to have a million ends because I wasn't thinking. Maria said, with the double magic ring, can you just cut the tail? No, on the back side, you still have to weave it in around. You do still have to do that. Because if you don't, then after time, it'll, from whatever it is that you're working on, because it gets tugged and pulled from different directions, it'll end up coming undone. Mary Ann said, did you get your fill of fresh shrimp and salty air while on holiday? I had some lovely, lovely shrimp that did not last for 10 minutes after they hit the table. And I did get my fill of salty air. It was fabulous. Welcome back, Sally. Cindy said, where were you when I was figuring this out? It took me forever to figure out the loops. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was here. Kim said, the advantage of the ring is it's less likely to pull open. It is less likely. Emma said, I remember to charge my headphones. Yes, but if you did not charge your iPad, then you can't stay and participate, lovey. Poor thing. Whew. I'm so glad that we have chat back. I really did miss you guys. But it was good to be with family. I got to go see my grandfather. Ooh, and speaking of closed captioning, my grandfather has Alzheimer's. And since I live 1,500 miles away from home, I was not there when it got to the point that he needed to be put in a facility, because it was just way too much for my family to handle with him, and he has sundowners too. So I saw him for the first time in the facility, and it was really, really difficult for me. And when I was leaving, I know that he doesn't understand, or he wouldn't understand why I was upset when I was leaving, so I was trying really, really, really hard not to cry. But again, I'm a big sissy Lala. So when we were leaving, he walked us to the door, and I knew that I wanted to say that I love you before I left, but I knew that if I opened up my mouth to talk, then it was just going to be over with, and that I would end up crying. So because I have a deaf cousin, most of the people in my family, I wouldn't say that everybody's fluent in sign language, but most of the people in my family can communicate. But my grandparents never really got the hang of it, so they have very, very limited communication skills when it comes to sign language, but they do know I love you. So it was nice for me to be at, like, I just did the I love you from the door, and he I loved me back, and that was pretty awesome, because I couldn't talk when I was leaving. It was a bad situation. But he was very sweet. He doesn't know anybody's names anymore. And the chaplain came up, and they were talking about fishing and all of that, and he went to go introduce me, and he looked at me and he said, "I'm sorry, I know that I love you, but I don't know your name." Bless his heart. So, but it was very nice, because it was a very good day, and it was a very, very good visit with him, and I got to spend time with him. So that was awesome. It was very sweet. I was very surprised that he remembered how to say I love you, because I didn't know if he would or not. I didn't know if he would understand what I was saying to him, but he understood. So that was pretty awesome. Oh shoot, I just cut it again. I could have carried up. Lord. Yeah, he did. He knew that he loved me, but he didn't know what my name was, but he knew that he loved me. I thought it was really sweet. Let's see, what else did I do while I was on? Oh, this fun thing. So my iPhone decided that it wasn't going to hold a charge anymore. My battery died in my iPhone. I would take it off of charge, and it would last for probably about 30 minutes, and the battery would be completely dead, and it would just go poof on me. So thankfully there's an Apple store where I went, and thankfully, even though you're supposed to have an appointment when you go in, they still saw me, and they took my phone, and they repaired it that same day in like an hour. So that was nice. That was an adventure, because I was very scared that my phone was not going to get repaired and that I was going to be without my phone, because that's not fun. Donna said, "I'm so sorry to hear about your grandfather. I'm glad you got to see him while you were there." I am too. I am very, very glad. And yes, I did have a very nice visit, Kim. Kim said, "I taught my daughter to sign from a very young age. When we were in public, I would make her use her manners from a distance, and she would say thank you, and no one would know we were talking." Yeah. The kids in my family, my cousins, you know, from that part of the immediate family that is related. It would be, my deaf cousin would be their aunt. All of their children have learned how to sign as babies. And I believe that even one of them was signing and communicating with sign before she actually used her words, if I'm remembering correctly. I believe so. It's a very neat thing in our family. All them babies know how to speak sign language. We have all kinds of crazy. I hate variegated yarn, you guys. I never know. Like there's portions like the blue in this and the teal or the aqua color in this, it's such a short time that you get with it that I don't even get to get a full square out of it, so they're always funky. And it aggravates me. It aggravates my OCD. See? Like you don't even get a full cluster out of it. And then with the aqua, there's only enough aqua in it that you only get one double crochet. That's it. Just one. Like they don't want you to have aqua at all. Good night, Kimberly. Maria said, why do you suppose nobody makes sampler blankets anymore? I think they are perfect for crochet alongs. I think that crochet has come so far with the designers nowadays are making things and using the stitches in such a different way that it's creating items. Not that older crochet items aren't beautiful, but I think that they're making things that are just, that look so complex, and everybody is trying them nowadays because a lot of people have video tutorials. So if you get hung up on a pattern and you don't understand it, you can always go to YouTube and you can look at the stitch and learn how to do the stitch. That people might think that they're just boring nowadays because there's other more interesting things to do out there. Ida said, I minored in ASL in college and taught both of my kids ASL when they were babies. My son started signing at 7 months. My daughter, who is hard of hearing, started signing at 10 months. Well, that's awesome. Robin says that she loves to make granny squares. I like it for mindless crochet because I don't have to think about it too much. So it keeps my hands moving and it keeps me busy. But I do like to just make big old huge massive, just keep going with the granny square and make it just massive. I don't like joining. That's my thing. I don't like ends and I don't like joining. Ida said there is an app that you can get that's called the ASL app. Yes, that is very true. It's pretty awesome to have. Leanne said, Kim Nelson and I just did the Spicier Than Life 2 recently sampler blanket. Becky said, I really hate joining squares. Me too. Me too. It's not my favorite thing to do. Amy said, the cowl I am doing now is a study of texture. Each week is a different texture stitch. Ooh, that sounds interesting. What cowl is that? Sally said, is ASL universal? No, unfortunately, it is not. It's American Sign Language. Kim said samplers are good for learning stitch patterns, but you end up with blocks that sometimes don't actually look like they go together. Ain't that the truth? That's the truth. It's kind of like it truly is a language. And then even with sign language even varies between person to person. You know, my cousin has her own words that she uses, like all of our names. Everybody's name is different to everybody unless you're in that circle. Like my name is, you make an S with your hand, and she rolls it down because of my curly hair. So that is Stephanie in my family. But to other people, you know, she might make that sign and they might not know what it means because they're not part of our family and they haven't been part of our tribe, so they don't understand it. So it's just like any other, you know, language. It varies from region to region and who is speaking it. Everybody's talking about samplers. Leanne said, doing this vibrant vintage square cal at the moment, learning heaps. Amy, the Crochet Crowd Summer School Study of Texture. Okay. Kim said, I find the blankets where different rows are different stitches look nicer than blocks of stitch patterns. Me too. I agree with you. Kim Nelson said, for my birthday, I was taught one-handed American Sign Language so my friend and I could drink and talk at the same time. I wasn't ready for that. The rainbow sampler blanket. I have not. That sounds interesting. I love me some color. Maria said, I wish I had learned ASL as a kid. I know a little because I took a course at my library. I think it's beautiful to watch. It's stressful for me to watch because I'm trying to figure out what they're saying and I'm not very good. I wish that I was better, but I'm not very good. Ooh. Oh, almost missed my carry there. Come on. Get over there. Lord. I don't know why I'm having issues with carrying my yarn over. Why are you not picking up? It's going to bother me, y'all. Like being able to pick up my yarn and carry it over the top was life-changing for me. And now that I am having issues doing it today, it's not all that great. Over. Pick up. Go over the top. Over here. Under. Over. Pick up. Seriously though, why are you not... I don't know why it's not carrying over the way that it's supposed to be. Today's not my day for crochet, apparently. Apparently. Amazing said, those of you who know ASL, do you get a chance to use it? Unfortunately, no. I don't. My cousin lives in California, and I don't know much ASL. I know very, very little, but I think that if I were in a position to use it more often, I think that I would retain the things that I learn more frequently, because each time I'm around my cousin, She can read lips, so I can just talk to her, but whenever she talks back to me, one thing that I've always thought was super cool of her is that she would try and teach me while she was talking back to me. So she would write down what she was saying and then she would sign it to me. So that is how I learned. And I probably don't know true ASL because, like I said, each person is different and how they sign is different. But no, it doesn't retain with me at all. Kim said, we have a special ed unit at my son's school. Lots of deaf kids and kids with varying degrees of hearing loss. They actually have a choir and sing songs in sign language. That's awesome. Maria said, I have seen such beautiful samplers, but I can see it being done in rows rather than blocks. I suppose back in the day a sampler taught you soup to nuts, turns, color stitches, joining, and borders. Probably. Slang sign. That is exactly what it is. Like I said, you know, and everybody has different, they have different signs for words that they're just used to doing, and it's very, very regional. You know, like for instance, the soda pop Coke thing here in the US, you know, in the South it's a soda, in the North it's pop, and then in places, you know, like Midwest, apparently like everything, no matter if it's a Sprite or a Coke or a Dr. Pepper, everything is a Coke. You know, depending on regions where you go, there's different words that are used. And it's the same with sign language. No matter where you go in the world, there's different words that are used and they mean different things. So there's different signs for everything. Kim said, ironically, I prefer the deaf choir because they do contemporary songs rather than the classical songs that traditional choir seems to stick to. That's awesome. Christy said there is a lady at her church that signs during the worship service. That's awesome. Have you guys seen, for those of you that are on Facebook, have you seen those videos of that woman that was hired by the hip hop guys? And I think she was translating, she was following around like Eminem and a few other hip hop artists, and she would stand there like right at the stage and she would sign. Boy, she gets into it now. She gets into it. That's one heck of a translator. And there was also the governor of South Carolina, her translator, well, she's not the governor anymore. She's at the UN. But Nikki Haley, her translator, he was so expressive when he translated sign. He was awesome. Everybody loved that guy being up on stage next to her because he was so awesome. She is really good. Isn't she amazing? I like watching her. She really gets into it. She's up there and she's dancing and going with the beat of the music, and she's really getting across to people that can't hear what's going on. There was this guy that did sign language to the song Torn. It was awesome. Oh, man. There's some awesome stuff. Awesome people out there doing some awesome things. Kim Nelson said, I needed to sign a wedding ceremony once. That was different. I tried to be discreet. Aw, but that was very kind of you. It was very kind of you. Yay, another square down. Y'all, I haven't even looked to see how many of these suckers I need for this blanket. I haven't even looked at it. I probably should do that. Emma has a question. Yes, ma'am. What's your question? You have my attention. Leanne says, any major news bulletins on TV here now have sign language person next to the person delivering that news. That's awesome. I had never, like, I noticed that they had translators before, but I think that, you know, that one guy with Nikki Haley was the first one. The first one that I, like, really noticed and paid attention to. All right, Emma said, I'd love to know why Love Crochet UK have different sales than Love Crochet US. I think that Love Crochet UK, because it is local for them, they give them different sales than us because they have to pay, if it comes into the US, then they have to pay the taxes and the duties and the tariffs on everything that they bring into the US. So our pricing is a little bit different. So the sales that they offer us in the US is different from what they offer to people in the UK or in Europe because those tariffs are different over there. I don't know that for certain, but that would be my assumption. It's just the taxes and duties that they have to pay to get it here to the US. Dum, dum, dum. Hello, Susan. I am lovely. Welcome to the chat. Are they terribly different, Emma? Like, I know that we just had Big July going on for sales for Love Crochet. Did they not have Big July in the UK? I think they did. Maria said it costs more to sell to us. Yes. Yes, it does. Unfortunately. I forget what the taxes are on like acrylic yarns. Let me see. Pip and Poppycock said, I got really excited today. They had yarn on sale for 0.51 pounds and it automatically changed it to the US site and the same yarn was not on sale. Oh, bummer. That's such a bummer. I'm sorry. Suzanne said, I finished the ends. They finally ceased and the shawl turned out to be beautiful and massive. Yeah. We were talking about that in the, oh, pence, not pounds. I'm sorry. I'm not from there. I don't know all of the conversions. Forgive me, friend. Jeez. I tried, okay? I tried. Anywho, back to the shawl. We were just having a conversation about that in the It's Crochet O'Clock Facebook group a couple days ago about that. For those of you who don't know, the gypsy shawl has lots of ends. I was like, well, you know, I think that I did a really good job of making it seem like it was no big deal. So here you go. You're just going to finish these 11 billion motifs and you're going to stitch them. Well, you won't stitch them all together because it was join as you go, but then you just got to weave in your ends and you're done. Yeah, no big deal. Not at all. Ends. We've been talking about ends. Ends, the bane of everybody's existences. It's not difficult at all. It's just like other crochet. It's not very difficult at all. Emma actually just made a pattern for a crochet doll. You can't see it right now because her website is down for a redesign, but she did. She just made a beautiful crochet doll. And Vanessa Smith is coming out with this adorable, not Vanessa Fishcake, sorry, is coming out with this adorable fairy here soon that I may not be able to keep my myself away from making because she's just adorable. She has little toesies and little fingers. She's so cute. Wouldn't crochet be awesome if you could just cut and not worry about weaving in? Crochet is awesome, even with weaving in ends. It is pretty awesome. I kind of feel like a wizard all the time because I know how to do this. But I also wish that I could Harry Potter myself. Or who was the witch? Why did she just... Oh, what was that show when I was younger? That witch that wiggled her nose. Who was that? I wish I could wiggle my nose and make all of my ends flop in. All by them little selves. Nice and neat and secure. Bewitched. That was it. Bewitched. I want to be like her. I just crochet an origami doll and now putting finishing touches on the gown I am making for it. Wave sticks, mutter to yourself and make magic. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, ooh, the chat lag. Everybody, Samantha from Bewitched, yes. I want to be like her with my ends. And have everything just wave in all by itself. And maybe another little nose wiggle just for extra security, just in case. Sally Shed said I'd be more like Tabitha because I can't wiggle my nose. I can't twitch my nose either, but I'd like to be able to. Maria said, I'll sew in your ends. I have a house that needs cleaning. How many boys do you have in that house? I mean, I need all of the information before I agree to this. How many boys? Because boys are dirty. Lord have mercy. No kids. Deal. I'm okay with that. You can take all of my ends. Did I tell you that my current project that I'm working on, I'm only a bit into it. I'm into the third part and there's 36 rows of each part. So that's a lot of ends. Hey, Dave, welcome. For those of you guys who don't know, Dave was one of my bosses from a previous job back at home. Hello, Dave. And him and his wife just retired, and I've been seeing them posting things on Facebook. They just bought a new house out on a lake. So they have the perfect little retirement home. Yes, I think that you guys do need to start crocheting. You might have a lot of fun. But you know, we always did say that people who retired were more busy than people before they retired. Your schedule might get full. I dream of Jeannie. She just blinked. True, she did. Yes. that's where, yeah, that would be a lot easier. Oh, Lord. Well, Maria, that's not good. That's not good. Yep, David is moving to the mountains in Georgia with a beautiful, massive lake all around him. You're gonna miss that salty air, though. Kim said if you aren't busy when you're retired, you're doing life wrong. Well, you see, my hometown where I come from, it's a massive retirement community, and I always used to be amazed, you know, like people's schedules, they were so busy, and they couldn't do this and they couldn't do that because they were so busy, and I'm like, dude, you're retired. What do you mean you're so busy? What are you doing? It's crazy how busy people get after they retire. Pluff mud. Yes, that lovely, lovely smell of pluff mud. For those of you who don't know what pluff mud is, the tide from the ocean, it comes and it goes. And when it goes out, it leaves all of the sand and the mud and everything that's at the bottom exposed. And then it starts to bake in the sunlight, and it doesn't smell all that great. But for those of us who are from the area, it's just the smell of home. Sally said, my mom and dad say they are more busier after being retired. I believe it. I really do. Where are you? Oh, come on. That retirement life, man. You just get so busy doing all of the things. I think it's kind of like, I always make fun of my Marine buddies whenever they get out of the Marines, because the first thing everybody does is they grow a massive beard because they couldn't when they were in service. I think it's kind of the same thing with retirees. They had things that they wanted to do while they were living life and raising their families and all of that stuff, but they didn't have time to do it. So then they overcompensate and they want to do everything all at once. Maria said, what part of the country are you in? I'm on Long Island. I am in New Mexico right now, but I am from the very bottom portion of South Carolina. By Hilton Head Island, South Carolina is where I am from. So it's a big, huge retirement community with lots and lots and lots of golf courses. So many golf courses. There is a big golf tournament there called the Heritage that is played every year, and it brings so many people to the area, and it's so big that they have to close the schools for the week of the Heritage because nobody can get their youngins to school. David said, camping in Georgia, a lady is crocheting plastic bags from shopping bags. Really cool. Yes, that is very, very popular. Lots of people are doing that. Becky said, I thought I would finish all my works in progress when I retired. Nope, just started new ones. I love the East Coast too, Maria. It's fabulous. It was nice to be there and to smell it. I miss the smell of the ocean. It's a wonderful salty smell, that saltwater gospel. Ooh, we got 15 minutes left, y'all. Where did the time go? Mercy. Time just ran away from me. But the good thing is we have Fiberifics chat tomorrow. So most of us, those of you who subscribe to Fiberific, will get another dose of live tomorrow. And I know everybody's been... Yeah, Leanne, it did fly. It just flew right on by. But everybody's been missing Chantel because she was away at Bendigo, so she didn't have a live chat. And then Bob Wilson, who is also an Australian, was also gone the same week that we were, and she's another one that does weekly live chats. So all of us have to do better next time and not plan all of our vacations or time away at the same time, because it was not good. Emma said, it's okay, suit started back up. I was fine without you guys. Fiberific. Yes, you can look her up on YouTube. She was not in the chat this evening, but normally she pops in. She dyes her own yarn. She's an Australian. And for you, it would be the same time that I do my chats, which is, what is it, 6, 7, 8 p.m. your time on Wednesday evenings is when Fiberific does her chats for you. But for the Aussies, she does them on Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. her time. But it's always a good time too. And sometimes we get to watch her dyeing. Like there is this big, huge fiber festival in Australia called Bendigo. And she was trying to get ready for it, but she still wanted to have the live chat. So like 2 or 3 times we all got to dye yarn with her. We got to name the colorways that we helped her dye. It's lots of fun. Fiberific chat is awesome. David said, any ideas for making outdoor guy stuff? Lord have mercy. Emma, that's all you. Emma designs patterns and stuff. I don't know, like what kind of outdoor guy stuff would you want? I know Emma did a blanket that had her son in mind, so it was more masculine versus feminine. So there's that. Let's see. I'm currently doing solid color. Grannies, your yarn is making me want to use variegated yarn. Christy says an orange vest for hunting. I forgot all about those. And you know what? The odd thing is he's his lineage is isn't your lineage Viking, David? Didn't your family come from Scandinavia? Somewhere around there? It would be so funny. A Viking helmet. There's beanies. You could make beanies. Those are easy to learn and easy to crochet. Kim hit the nail on the head. It's so funny. They have these beanies that they're just like regular beanies, but then they have the Viking horns, and they're made to look like, you know, the ribbing that's going across them, and then the yarn comes down that's the beard, and some of them, you know, like have little, what look like little rubber bands going. They're so funny. So funny. They're awesome. Beanies, scarves, and blankets. Yup. That would work. You can macrame a basketball net. Macrame. I love those things. Hanging plants. I want to hang all of the plants everywhere, all the time. All the time. Some of the stuff that they make with macrame is just awesome. A camping mat out of plastic bags. Hey David, look, you came to the right place. Look at all the suggestions that they got. A hammock, oh Lord. Whew. You know, in Charleston, South Carolina, if you go down by the bay, there are guys out there that you can watch them actually making hammocks. It's so cool to watch them. Can holders for your beer. Aprons for barbecue cooking. Little stubby holder. Golf club covers. That's funny. Y'all got lots of ideas. Emma, are you taking notes on all of this stuff? Emma's a good designer. I'm not. I can dream up stuff, but when it comes to actually making it, I can follow a pattern. I'm just not very good at designing. Coffee cup cozy. I'm on it, a beer can coolie. You know, we have friends that live a couple hours away from us, but the last time they came to visit us, they had just found out that they were going to be grandparents again. And he crocheted, she did not. And, you know, I have a yarn stash, and everybody knows that I have a yarn stash. So we were sitting there. He was the only guy, and he was, you know, kind of bored with all of our girly conversation. So he asked me for some of the yarn, and he made baby bottle koozies for baby bottles for his daughter that had just found out that she was pregnant. He made like 6 of them. He made little ones, and he made full-size ones for his daughter while he was here. Hello, Nancy from Ontario. Kim said, I'm good at altering patterns. Like, I like to wrap stitch patterns, so I made a top using it, but I need somewhere to start from. Yeah, I'm not very good at writing patterns. I have this vision in my brain that has been there for almost a year, and I've picked it up several times. I've picked it up several times and tried to write it out, and whenever I get to it, I just get stuck. I get about halfway through it, and then I get stuck. And it's miserable because it's right there. I can see it. Oh. Bye, Emma. Thank you for sticking it out. Thank you, iPad, for sticking it out. She almost made it. We almost have 6 minutes left. So, you know, her iPad did good. Whew. Alrighty. I'm not going to start another square because we don't have time for it. But so far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 squares. Lord, look at these ends, y'all. Look at them. I don't know why I do this to myself. I should have just kept going with that straight granny blanket. I should have. But no, I had to get fancy. Can I make it without writing the pattern? Yes, I can make it without writing the pattern. I can go through and I can make the entire shawl without writing the pattern, but as soon as I sit down and try to do it slowly and write down my motions as I go through, it just leaves my head. Isn't that crazy? Are you going to be doing tutorials for the kitchen? I could probably do... I know that you've asked me that before. Do you want me to make like tutorials on how to do like wash rags or pot holders, things like that? Just basic squares? Sally said maybe draw it out first. That's what Emma told me to do, so I did. And I'm very bad at drawing, and I sent her the picture and she laughed at me. David said his grandmother taught him how to knit and crochet when he was 6. I did not know that about you. That's awesome. Christy said record it and then go back and write it out. Oh, that's very smart. I could do that. I could just sit in front of... Yeah, I could do that. could try to do that. It's kind of hard. Yeah, that's a very good idea. Just go through and just work it up and then play it back to myself and write it down as I go through. Yeah, I will have to give that a try. You're so smart, Christy. You're a real MVP. You can come back whenever you would like. That's so smart. See, I told you. It's crochet o'clock. I crochet and I know things. Maybe not all the things, but I do know some things, which is better than knowing no things. That's my creed on my website, and it's the truth. Pot holders, dish cloths, and scrubby base. I bought a pack of nylon scrubbies in a package of 4. I could do that. I could do very simple ones. I could try and work them up and do very simple ones for you. Because I can't just go and, you know, find, there's lots of patterns on Ravelry for those things, and I can't just go and take those from Ravelry and do tutorials for them, because then that would be copyright infringement. But I can do, you know, very simple ones for you. Go on my own tangent. Yes, Sally, I did try to write it out as I made it, and if I stop, then I lose everything. It just goes. Maria said that she is leaving. Good night, Maria. See you next week. And things you don't know, you can surround yourself with people who know it for you. That is very true. That's why I have a tribe. Having a tribe is fabulous, because then there are people who can fill in the gaps and say, hey, you dummy, you make video tutorials, just film yourself making it. I don't know why I didn't think about that before. I will try what Christy said, because I have made it, like I've made the square, you know, Turkish flowers are a lot different from the way that they crochet flowers in Turkey. Is a whole lot different from how everybody else is used to crocheting flowers, and I love them. So, but I've learned from watching. I've never seen it written down on a pattern before, and I've never seen it in a graph before either. So I have to work on it, but I will work on it. Great minds think alike. Yes, you do. But, let's see. Then you could use the video of you making it, record a new audio track, and then you have the tutorial all done. Yeah, I'd have to record an audio track, because I have to film at very specific times in the day, because my neighborhood gets very, very, very busy at specific times during the day. So this is it for our time this week. I am sorry that the time has flown by so fast for those of you who were suffering while I was away on vacation, but I appreciate you hanging out with me. Donna says good night. It was her first chat. Yay. Bye, Donna. Kim Nelson said some really great suggestions here at our tribe. Yes. How long has that yarn been stuck in my hair and nobody said anything to me about it? How long has that been there? Y'all. Have mercy. Okay. It's time to go now. I will see all of you guys next week. For those of you who follow Fiberific here on YouTube, I will see you there tomorrow. Don't forget that I'm always in the It's Crochet O'Clock Facebook group. So if you're part of that, if you're part of Facebook, you can always get a hold of me there. I will see you next week. Thanks for watching.